Alright, I figured I'd do this beautiful scenery footage for y'all on YouTube. I'm at a good friend of mine's house and client. Hopefully y'all can hear me over all these waterfalls and whatnot. I've done work for this woman for the past, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. And we're up in Burnsville, North Carolina, at the head of the beginning of Cattail Creek, where the two falls come together to create the creek. This is basically her backyard. Alright, I'm going to show y'all. So that's the North Creek. And that's considered the South Creek. And they come in together here into this beautiful little swim spot. It's only about waist deep there. That there, she don't have a well here. There's a 5 horsepower Lincoln pump. We had to replace it about 2 years ago. But it goes on up the hill there to the client's house. I've done several repairs, a siding, put a new roof on it, redid all the plumbing in it with PEX, completely redid the bathroom. I took care of her. She inherited the place from her mom. I took care of all the landscaping and stuff for her mom before she owned it. Sadly, her mom passed away 5 years ago. And, you know how that goes. So she inherited it from her mom, and I mean, I've done all the flooring in it. I love coming out here. This is God's country. We got the area it works on. They're waterproof, so I can walk on across here. There's a walkway right there, and it goes up and around. But I figured I'd give y'all this lovely walk around and view. Let's get up on this boulder here. I was just standing right there. See if we can't get a zoom in. There's a nice little hole there. It's a little over waist deep there. Get a little rock hopping on. There's a pool right there. It's only about shin deep. Beautiful country, beautiful country. This house was built in 1954. And they have a spring up on the mountain across the way. She's wanting to do a spring house because she's having issues with getting a well drilled, because in 54 they didn't do septic tank and leach field blueprints, so they can't tell where none of that's at, and they won't release, health department won't release the permit for a well to get drilled. So she's thinking she's going to go with the spring house, which is about 1,500 foot up the mountain across the road here. I'm going to take y'all on up here. Come in here with the loppers here in a little bit and trim out this trail again. Take y'all on up here. That's where we were standing at. And that's about, I don't know, 40 foot down. That's where the water line goes on up to the house. I'm going to take y'all over here to this deck I built. Well, it's more like a little bridge I built out onto the boulder. About 8 years ago I built that. There's this other pond over here. And there's a cave up in there that goes up underneath that boulder and that boulder. And water trickles down through it. It's pretty cool. You can go in there and it's 30-degree difference in temperature. It is right now 12:18 and it's like 65 here in the shade. God's country, y'all. God's country. Love it. So peaceful out here. I could just sit out here on a boulder and just listen. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely. Alright, let's get the walk back up to the house area. And like this creek goes up, I don't know, about another 5,000 foot up the mountain. The other one over there goes up about another 6,000 foot up the mountain. We're both spring fed. Under the deck or up the driveway? Let's go up to the driveway. And build all these handrails up top. Oh, her mom and her dad were geologists. I'm doing a video, babe. They were geologists and they traveled the country back from the 20s to the 50s where they settled on this. You can still hear the waterfalls. All this beauty. They purchased the property, I want to say she said, in 48, and they had to cut the road up in here. It was nothing but a logging road to get this house up in here. And she said it's almost 4 acres, and her dad only paid $1 an acre because a forest fire had just swept through here and killed out everything was burnt. And then back in I think 72, she said they had the Great Flood, 100-year flood. I'm going to show you whereabouts. I'm not going to walk all the way up there, but whereabouts the spring is. This is the road out here. Getting out of breath, getting old. So they used to use the spring, and here's what's left of the pipes here. But if you look up here, right, barely see it, right there, you see that tank? Set this straight now. There's a fiberglass tank right there, and that's about 20 yards up the mountain. And then, let me zoom back out. So the tank is right over here. And if you follow this ravine all the way up, there's another 200-gallon tank up there. It's a plastic one, black plastic. And it's about 1,000 foot up, and about another 500 foot past that is the spring head. And there's an old logging road that goes up through here. It goes up to that black tank. And then, like I said, another 500 foot up that mountain there is where the spring head is. I was supposed to be doing a spring house starting this trip, but I ran into some legal issues. I'm gonna have to disappear for about 15 months, a year and 3 months. I won't be on social media or anything to handle the situation. Let's see. I'm trying to find, if I can see it, because it's full-blown summer. I'm trying to find the rock outcrop. Maybe you can see it on this corner. Rock outcrop up by where the spring is. Finish zooming out here. I'm walking, y'all. It's all uphill. It's all uphill. So the spring, as of right now, is flowing down, and it comes down in here, and it's just a seep right now. We just had a heavy rain yesterday, so it's ultra wet. But middle of summer, 5 years ago, it was pushing about 3.5 gallons per minute, which is actually really good for a spring. Now, this summer, I was up there about a month ago and checked it, and it's still pushing about almost 2 gallons, probably 1.80 gallons a minute, which is still good, because then it was the dry season. We hadn't had no rain for almost 2 months. So that was my mission, was to hike up there. It takes like 3 hours to hike up there, y'all. The hike down is like 45 minutes because it's so steep. Like, getting up there is nearly impossible unless you have good calves, good lungs. And yeah, I can't see the rock outcrop. There's too many leaves out. But she has a feller. All the materials are here to do a spring house up there. Mortar, sand, pea gravel, pond liner, all the pipes here, and we were just going to use the rock, natural rock up there. All the 2x4s and metal are here for the roof. So she has a guy that says he can do it this fall, which that will be a good time to do it, because everybody's just slammed right now. In summer, I guess you consider it midsummer. There's only about a month left of summer. So I built that shed to match the house. Cute little place. Well, her dad built the shed, and the roof was collapsing on it, and some of the boards were messed up, and I refurbished it, put a metal roof on it, put a little lean-to off the back to cover some lumber, put some new windows in the front part of the house. So whenever I got here, it looks like it needs to be cleaned out again. 8 years ago, this was full. And this is a drain, and it goes across here and Circle Drive and comes out over here. I just came up for a visit this go around. I love it out here because I'm allergic to city water because of the chlorine in it, and I usually have to take Benadryl in order to shower. Here, I don't have to do that. So I got some clothes in the wash, and I got clothes in the wash so I could take a shower. This lighting. Maybe it's because the sun's peeking over the top of the house there through the clouds. Oh, so all this is rock all down through here. So for Sherry, about a year after her mom passed, she had a above ground swimming pool. Well, she had no level spot in her yard for the above ground swimming pool. So I come out here and I cleared all this in here, and there's a French drain that goes in all the way around this retainer wall, backfilled everything. We had to post out the property line, which is here where this line of trees are. And she had one of those inflatable top swimming pools, and put all these railroad ties in here. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers on the front, and then it goes up to 3 tiers on the sides. And I had to tear up because all this was like that. So, and there's French drain all the way around, and it goes under and comes out here. We tapped into her gutters. All the gutters on the house up there come to this singular pipe and come out here. So we tapped into that for that water to come out. And now she has grandkids, so trampoline, younger grandkids. I think the oldest, Skylar, is 10. My little buddy. And I got this thing for free and hauled it up in here, up that mountain road on the old S10, and set it up here for the kids. It's old. All this, there's some rare flowers up in here. Her mom was an excellent gardener. But yeah, I used to maintain all this for years and years. All these railroad ties around the driveway I put in. Built these trellises, I don't know, 8 years ago or so. All these ties I put in here and here, 1/2-inch rebar, and those she wanted to make to where she could get them moved and maintain the ditches. But yeah, man, this place is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it up in this. I come up here and spend the weekend and do work on the weekend. Come in Friday and leave out Sunday night. Just new windows. Had to cut this tree out. It's hitting the roof, messing up the roof. And then we did the roof and gutter system. Here's the view from the back porch. down to where we started. So yeah, I figured I'd put this video out, and got about another week and a half of freedom. I figured I'd come up here, visit, speak with my clients up here, and just show y'all this beauty. This gem, this diamond in the rough. Let's do a little zoom in here. There's that big pool, the waterfall. That's that big boulder I was standing on to show y'all the down view, but I don't know if my phone gives any justice, but from here, so from the bottom of the deck down to that rock walkway out there is about 12-foot drop, and then from the rock walkway to that stump is about a 10-foot increase in elevation, and from that stump to that boulder is about a 20-foot increase in elevation, and then from that boulder to the boulder that I was standing on, which is lower than that boulder, is about a 10-foot drop. So yeah, don't fall off this deck. Alright y'all, have a good one. Like and subscribe.